My name's Haynes, and I'm parent, carer to my son who's 15, has autism, and I'm also a carer to my father who's 88 last birthday, and he sustained several strokes, high blood pressure, and he's insulin dependent. While I was working, I didn't realise I was working full time in a specialist service to do with dentistry, treating people who had disabilities, and felt that we were really serving them well. Understood the ethos around disability, but I didn't really concentrate on mine because I just thought, well, it's my dad and it's my son, so that didn't come into the equation of what I really felt was good or bad about delivery of care. I became then redundant last year because the services changed, and I found myself then full-time. My father getting him off to a day centre, organising a district nurse coming in to administer the insulin, and to get my son to school. And subsequently he was in year 9, sort of year 9, 10, and I then had to look at review, look at the transition new thing, and looking at whether the school then was saying really someone with autism shouldn't be in mainstream, very much of the ethos that they go to specialist school with a disability, and found myself then having to find a way in, and for him to really stay in school and show that he can sit exams and will be able to go on to give back to society, really, is what I kept selling. And I was seeing the person as opposed to the disability.
So has the course helped you in that transition in some way?
Well, yes, when I saw the course advertised, I thought, oh, was it for me? So I wrote what they asked for, script about me, and why would I think I would, it would help me. And I said, literally, this is how I am. And I know quite a lot about disability because I've worked in a service and I'm caring, and that it would give me a refocus, really, and up-to-date knowledge of provision and also of user, sort of, because now I'm having to, I'll be outside the services, not having contacts with people as I did then, networking that I would do when I was in post, and I didn't have that then as not an employed person. So I found myself very much on the outside looking in and realising that it wasn't such a good service that was being delivered. Well, it was a good service, but it didn't actually see the person who dealt with a disability as autistic, cerebral palsy, and they all had headings or labels, as we say now. So that was how you sort of read the when they sent in referral, when the professional sent in referral to our service, that was the person basically. And then of course sometimes it was a shock when you met the person and they had, they were self-maintaining themselves and they were doing all sorts.
Yeah.
Once they were given the opportunity to say. So it gave me another sort of thinking, well, maybe there is more to learn.
And what have you been able to use from the course so far which has helped you in that journey?
Oh gosh. Well, the first initiative, the first course was a little bit of a reality check in a sense, okay, because it was the real world, and my view was very blinkered. And then when I came to the next meeting, I saw how it all started, and really looking at history and IQ, and I hadn't thought of those things, although they're there, I hadn't actually looked at them from the other side as the receiver, because I'm not disabled myself. And it's helped me now because I've looked at where can I put the help in, and what I have been doing in education for my son, that now he is doing GCSEs. He's looking at applying to do the CATCH course, which is to work with young children, which before, if you imagine, he was at that stage was being sent by the Senko, recommended to go to a centre, a referral centre for children who kicked out of school. But because he has autism, doesn't fit in, there wasn't anything between. Specialist school, because he was in mainstream so much, his social skills were of that, and they felt he wouldn't be accepted in special schools. So the next port call would be a referral centre.
So have you found renewed confidence and increased knowledge from this programme to enable you to tackle that sort of issue on the outside?
Oh yes, because I was able to see that systems can work and there are tools that can be, drawn upon, which is documents as tools, and used in the sense positively, not challenging the school system, because I realised it was fear, and fear's a big factor in it, and I realised that. And they didn't know where else to go, and they just needed to deal with it. It was a fast thing. They had a period of time, they needed to do something, moving from either GCSEs or out, really. So having the course, having the knowledge of all the data that's available, linking with others who've done a bit of a journey, looking up on web to see really, and then arming the school with it, and local authorities, and saying, oh, but that's there, how can that be used? And also going in as a player myself. I go in to the school and I've actually taken on part of his learning, because I know him, I know how he learns. So we've been able to get him down to be accomplishing and looking for future.
Excellent, thank you. Thanks, Carol. What would you say to anybody who's thinking about coming on this course in the future if we were able to run another one?
Oh, I think it's a must. It's making me whole almost, to the point that my passion now about inclusion is so great that I've joined the Institute of Education, their research group looking at inclusion, trying to be in touch with the trainee teachers coming out, or those that have gone into the institute to do further training, and how, what's their perception of inclusion, and how they're going to bridge it, how they're going to make the bridge and go with the changes of curriculum, targets, and all this going on. Here I'm able to say, right, okay, I need this to accompany, to really go forward with this initiative for my son. How am I going to get there? I've come here and I've really been able to find route, so it's been well worth. I've shared a lot of the knowledge with professionals. It has opened me up to put my hands up and surrender sometimes and say, hey, what do you do here? Which direction do I go? Or how do I use this tool, document? Lots of discrimination, lots of them. But which page do I need and which paragraph? No one's going to give me the time of a meeting to go through this whole document. So it has fine-tuned me and get me into sort of able to find that bit of information. Yeah. A lot more effective. If you don't have the right attitude, that door will never open. That person will never be able to help you, and you would never be able to share anything with them because they're on a shutdown thing. So I said changing attitudes, and gave a lot of food for thought, and I'm sure journeys have begun because people have already started speaking about oral health plans specifically to the person.
Excellent. Okay. Thanks, Carol.